hot, yo. It is so bloody hot. Hold up, because it is actually hot. Oh, it's been a hot day. It's been a hot day. Yes, it has. I haven't even got my vape. Bullshit. Yo, what's good, people? How is everyone doing on this heated, struggling, warm day? Oh, I tell you, I'm actually very humid. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. We are, going to be talking about, yo, what's good, Ginger? We're going to be, we are here to tell you guys that we are going to be doing a lovely project around African wild dogs. I love them. I think it'd be cool to add them into the collection of nature and give you guys a more in-depth knowledge about African wild dogs. And I'm going to be talking about the conservation. I'm also going to be talking about a bit about them and just in genuine, like, really fun facts about them, But it has been such a hot day for us. It has. Hope you're doing well though, Ginger. I really do hope you're doing all right. And thank you for coming into the stream. It's nice to see, you in here to engage and to have fun. But yeah. How's Africa going? How is Africa? Is Africa going all right? Yo, the bro player. I like your profile picture, bro. That's kind of cool. I hadn't seen him go live. That's why I hadn't seen him go live. Because time zone's a little bit different. I'll be in there when I can. You know what I mean? But he's a sound guy. No worries. But yes, people, we are here to talk about all sorts of different things that are coming up, like the fact that yes, broski, you're in here. We were just talking about you. So we are going to be doing about African wild dogs in terms of conservation, numbers in the wild, and their species in general. And we're hoping, yo, what's good, people that have just joined in, like and subscribe if you love nature. We are here to give you guys some upcoming videos that are coming to my channel, from African wild dogs to conservation around beautiful rhinos, and the sad truth about rhinos as to what people do to them, and the numbers declining and everything else. I love summer. Bring on the heat. Bring on the heat. Bring on the summer. Bring on everything. I love summer. I'm a summer boy. I love being around the summer. I'm doing good, bro. How are you doing? Thank you so much. You know what? When I joined your live, I was so embarrassed that when I saw somebody talking about racism, I was watching backwards. So you would have seen my comments about not all white people are racist, and you probably would have thought, well, what the hell is he on about? That's because I was so far back. I was halfway backwards instead of forwards. But what's good, everybody that's just joined in? Hello. ADF, yo, what's good? It is ADF. I'm back. We are trying to live stream as much as possible because I know I've been slacking with my live streams, but we are trying to get back into the routine. Just being very busy, and especially with projects coming out as well. It's just been absolutely just bombarding with, you know, so much shit that I have to get through. You feel me? But I hope you're good. I know, bro. I'm grateful that Ginger is subscribed, and I'm glad that she's, you know, wanting to learn about nature. But bro, it's cool that I have you in my channel, you know, chilling, because I have a great relationship with you, bro. You're a sound YouTuber, like I say. You know, I love the energy, I love the vibe that you bring, and I just think all in all, what you do is so calm. Like, you are genuinely one of the most happiest people I've met on YouTube. Like, you smile for your videos. You're very down to earth, and bro, you bring that same energy onto your live streams. I love that, bro. I love that shit. Keep shining, bro. Keep doing you. Cause at the end of the day, the more you shine, the more you blossom, the more you grow, the better, bro. But you got it. Man, I always like, mate, you know me, I always got edible facts. So, obviously, out of all animals that are like from snakes, the easiest thing about snakes is that king cobras are the only snakes alone that build a nest. Just like you see behind, they only build a nest. They don't have the same manner or, you know, behavior patterns as ordinary snakes, because there are some snakes that just give birth wherever they are. But with king cobras, they will build a nest, but they are more aggressive in general. Now, when you think about venomous, how venom works between injecting and touch, they're vastly different. See, snakes that are venomous, they will, because their teeth are hollow, it's like a needle, like a syringe going straight in your arm. As soon as that bite goes into your arm, it basically pumps a lot of venom into you. Whereas animals like poison dart frogs, they will genuinely just, you know, sweat it out, and then they will let their venom sink into your skin, which is nasty as hell. When you think about it, it's a nasty thing, you know. Shit, I should put on my zoo uniform. 1 minute, we should put my zoo uniform on. Oh, we should put our zoo uniform on. Makes it more educational. You feel me? Oh, Ginger. But yeah, I mean, all in all, oof. Snakes and other copperhead can kill you quite fast, bro. Copperheads are the second most. No, brown snakes are the most lethal and can kill you quick. But not being funny, but when you look at you know, copperhead snakes, especially the baby copperheads, they are because they have no concern about what is a. Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with my birds, to be honest. Like, I study more, like, I'm more around like reptiles and other different animals. Not so much that sort of bird, to be honest. I've never heard of it. So I don't really know too much about that breed of bird, to be honest. But I do know all about polar bears, monkeys, gelados, all sorts, just not birds. Birds are my main weakness, but I am learning about birds and a lot of them, because I know a lot of people like birds, so I want to kind of, you know, educate myself on birds and what I can, you know, bring to the table with that. But in terms of the quickest animal to kill you, it would have to be the brown snake. But for copperhead snakes, they're very vicious when they're young. Because when a copperhead is born, they are very passive aggressive. They're venomous, but they pump way more venom into you than is necessary. You know, so if a dog gets bitten by a copperhead snake, they best better rush into the hospital, because baby copperheads do pump vast amount of venom, just like king cobras. If they were to strike you, you can die. But there are anti-venom for most snakes. Not all snakes have anti-venom for you to use, but there are, you know, as time goes on, we are developing that sort of stuff. I thought a newborn snake don't have venom. It's only copperheads and other venomous snakes that have venom. The only ones that don't have venom are like constrictors or milk snakes. I love Ginger. Ginger, you know your shit. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Very impressed. So, out of all snake species, Ginger, what is your favorite type of snake? Because mine is king cobra. I love king cobras. They are absolutely fantastic. What's good? I can't read, but I know you're from that country. But hi. Gianna, I hope I'm saying your name right. Gianna. I'm guessing you're saying, how are you? I'm doing good. I hope you're doing alright. King Cobra, Ginger, love it. I love it. We got the same interest in these guys. I love them. You love pythons, or pythons are cool. I mean, pythons, you know, are beautiful constrictors, but the sad part is when people have snakes, they do tend to release them back into the wild. Oh my God, what's good, bro? You're in the building. I'm doing good, broski. I'm doing good. I mean, I'm yet to still try and do more live streams, and consistently as well. So we are in the process at the moment doing. We want to try and do more around African wild dogs. So I want to get the African wild dogs out of the way, and I can't wait to see all of your reactions between the African wild dogs and the facts and the information I got on African wild dogs. You guys will be blown away just how beautiful these guys are. They are the last to be spoken about on all channels, but African wild dogs are more interesting than people care to give them credit for. So just you wait until this bombshell drops on African wild dogs. I can't wait. They are unique. They are the stinkiest, but they are the most unique in their own right. Brown snake venom is deadly. Yes, it is deadly. AR, I hope I don't miss the stream. You won't miss the stream, but I will be heavily promoting it to tomorrow. So anybody that wants to know about African wild dogs, they got to start subscribing. They have to show the love and the support and everything else in between. And not only that, I am also going to do lots of different reactions in terms of animal behavior and giving you guys and dissecting all of the behaviors that animals give to humans to indicate if they're going to be aggressive or non-aggressive. And I think that's another cool little feature to bring into the channel, is to give you guys insight of what animal facts are like. Show this man some love and like. Sub brother and sister. Yes, sir. You know it. You know it, boy. Oh, I love coming onto my live streams. Everyone is so humble. I love that. But like I say, we have so much to cover, so much to bring to you guys, and so much, interesting things from animal behavior that is going to be making more an appearance after I've done African wild dogs. You guys will see different animal behaviors, and I'll be deep diving into each animal behavior and what that certain behavior means and what it, tributes to. You know what I mean? And I think the more you guys learn about animal behavior and how animals tweak and everything else, you guys will then start to understand your favorite animal in terms of how they think, how they act, how they behave, why they behave in these certain manners. This channel makes animal facts easy to understand. Whoa, I'm impressed. Thank you. Well, you'd be surprised. I did do a deep dive on a parrot that I saw 3 days ago from a video of a woman that got attacked by her parrot. Now, the interesting thing is this woman didn't necessarily help the situation, as the parrot was already amped up, meaning the fact that this parrot was already going to attack her. The only thing I had an issue with is the fact that she said that the parrot likes to attack her toes. But the parrot actually was flying up a little bit away from her toes to attack the woman. But the phrases that the parrot used was very daunting. The parrot wanted to say stuff like, I'm not going to hurt you. You know, why are you scared? Come here, darling, etc., etc. I basically deep dived into what the parrot was actually doing in terms of it was sizing her up. It was wanting to attack. It was displaying aggression and everything, and it meant business. Like, this parrot wasn't just displaying, you know, warning shots. This parrot meant business. This parrot genuinely wanted to cause a lot of conflict and a lot of aggro. It's on my channel. Have a look, bro. Go look at my channel. But that is one odd behavior I saw, because the parrot didn't actually look like it was abused. But there is no context to the video in terms of, like, in terms of this, what happened before the event. So it'd be interesting to find out what the woman did before the parrot got to where it wanted to be. They can, but birds don't typically act crazy without a reaction. So it's like humans. Us humans, we're not just going to punch something for no reason. There's always a reason to why humans do certain things. So it's like with animals, it's like with dogs. Dogs don't attack without a reason. And when you understand the reason behind the behavior of that animal, then only then can you understand why that bird did what it did, or why that dog went to go and attack such and such, or, you know, why this snake attacked this person, or whatever. Like, there's a lot of, like, it's a very interesting mannerism for birds and all animals to have. They can't just, hey, give me a sec, I'm going to... Yeah, go for it. I mean, I did a two-parter. So the first parrot video is the same parrot video that I reacted to. And then I also did the talk on the actual species itself, on the behavior and why this animal was, you know, talking the way it was. Because parrots, they can't actually understand the words they say. So parrots don't have an understanding, or a genuine understanding, as to what certain words are. We can help mimic them and help the parrot, you know, mimic certain words, so then we can have a full way conversation, but we can't physically get them to understand the words that they don't understand, because it's not in their vocabulary. But enjoy, man. Enjoy those two videos. Look at the videos and then you'll see what I mean by it's actually very disturbing. I was very disturbed by the video because I generally thought, okay, this parrot is acting very crazy. But I thought the fact that people were genuinely just trying to make light-hearted jokes about the situation, that it was the woman's fault and that it was funny and all this and that and the third. But what people don't understand is that parrots have their own, you know, sort of body language that they display when they're pissed off, or when they're angry, or when they're happy. See, so if a brown snake bites you, you can die, but if you have anti-venom, you're fine. I mean, anti-venom is there for anyone that needs it in those particular situations, but it's very unlikely would you be attacked by a venomous snake without real precaution. You have to understand the snake's body language. Are they hissing? Are they wrestling? Are they, you know, displaying, you know, their body up to you? Are they sizing you up? Are they doing this and that, the third? If you like I say, if you understand the body language of the species of snake or animal, you can easily get out of there alive without being hurt. You feel me? And I just love that people are so, like, it's like how people think, let me give you a grand example, right? Like, oh, that's an awful example. So great white sharks, this is not a great white shark. At the very top, I mean, this is Megalodon. Even though this species was pretty much, you know, extinct about 2.5 million years ago, they are actually more, a Megalodon was actually more closely related to mackerel shark, and it was actually a mackerel shark. People generally thought that these species alone was typically, you know, a lemon shark or a great white shark, but there is no... Yes, broski, how you doing? But there is no record of a Megalodon being the species of a great white shark or... Back. Yeah, like I was saying, there's no real evidence to back up that there's a great white shark or a lemon shark or a hammerhead shark or any other shark other than a mackerel shark. And the reason why this is more closely related to a mackerel shark is the detail. And ironically enough, the mackerel, this fine species of what we call Megalodon actually reached height of 6 foot. No, 60 foot, sorry. So this species was about 60 foot long. So you imagine a 60-foot-inch shark coming towards you. You would shit yourself. I mean, sharks do have a bit of poor eyesight. They do, but that doesn't mean they can't use other senses. So sharks, as much as they do have a little bit of poor eyesight, they can still understand their surroundings. They are very inquisitive behavior species of marine life. And sharks, they can feel vibration. And they use vibration a lot to help them understand where they need to get to. And when they're feeling things around them is so cool. Megalodon is a shark. It is, even though she says they can actually smell blood from a mile away. Yes, they can, but they just can't smell a human blood because it is mythed, it is believed, which was a false belief, that sharks can smell human blood. They can't smell human blood because it's not on their dietary, and they are not actually wanting to attack humans. So if you think that sharks can smell human blood, then you really need to get your ears tested because they can't smell human blood. It is a myth, and it is only ever going to be a myth. But sharks, they're inquisitive, they are very clever, they like to see what you're doing, and because you're entering their world, you have to be prepared for the worst, you know. But sharks do get given a bad press because they think that they are like Jaws, they want to hurt humans. It's not actually scientifically proven that they want to hurt humans. In fact, humans are never going to be on their diet, even though they do bite humans. And that bite... they can do, but it's more... Okay, so how can we put this behavior into context? So... when you think about sharks' behavior or sharks in general, so take your great white sharks, take your hammerhead sharks or your tiger sharks, right? With those particular species of sharks, no matter what shark you could use any shark that you want to envision, but just keep with it. So when you think about all sharks, they're all very inquisitive. But if they're going for a hunt or they find something that is interesting, if you are in their way, they will typically give you a pecking order. No worries, Ginger. They will give you a pecking order because the pecking order is generally done by the largest is always going to eat first, and then second largest, third largest, then the bottom ones will eat last. So therefore, you know, when they're sizing each other up, they use what's called, like, they'll either push the other shark away that is weaker or not as big. But also when you see sharks trying to approach humans, they will try and do a pecking order. No worries, man. No worries, Shinja. Have a good one. But yeah, when you think about sharks, they generally are typically interesting species because of the fact that they have a pecking order. They know where they stand in that pecking order. So there's never just like, oh, this shark's gonna attack me for no reason. If they feel like you're in the way, they're gonna give you a pecking order and they're gonna tell you, oi, me first, you last. And they'll either give you a bite or they will just ram you out of the way. And because sharks don't see us as prey, but they can see us in a different light, because where we use flippers and everything else, they see things differently from how we view things. It's really interesting. See you later, Ginger. Have a good one. And you, bro, have a good one. Sleep well and sleep tight, and thank you for coming in, and I hope I've given you guys something interesting to learn. But as I say, sharks are a very, very unique species in entirety. And no worries, bro. God bless you, man. And thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. But as I say, I think it's very interesting when you look at shark behavior, especially how they, you know, dominate other sharks, how they have that... no worries, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And how sharks will literally be able to get pecking order. But if you're going to get attacked by a shark, either press the gills on them to basically make them go away. If you apply a bit of pressure onto them, it will basically stem and say, look, go away. This is my territory. You don't need to be in it. So adios. You know? So there's lots of really cool things about sharks that people generally do not understand. And it's very, 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 very interesting stuff. I love sharks entirely because they are one of the most misunderstood marine animals, and I think a lot of people mistaken them for bloodthirsty creatures that want to kill humans, when that's not actually true. Sharks do not want to kill humans. It's not on their diet, and the whole myth about they can smell human blood is basically just fabricated rubbish. They're not going to be able to smell human blood and go, oh, I want to eat human, I want to eat a human now that I smell that blood. No. They want to avoid humans as much as possible, so then that way you don't get trapped in their environment. But they are really cool creatures. I love them to pieces, and yeah, they have a lot of interesting things about them that I do generally enjoy, and I thoroughly enjoy. Now, believe it or not, raccoons are not raccoons. Sloths are very interesting, and weird but true fact that sloths can't actually fart. But interestingly enough, a sloth was crossing a road, and this man had to help the sloth cross the road because it was about to get squished. So as soon as the man helped him get to the other side, the sloth was very grateful by reaching out his hand to try and say thank you. And it nearly became a viral sensation because of the fact that the guy nearly had a handshake from this actual species of sloth. How cool is that? So the fact that sloths managed to get a genuine love and respect